Hi there, it's Kath Routledge, the relaxation coach, going live on Thursday. So, goodness me, I can't believe this is my fourth session. So, into week 2 now, 10 more weeks to go. So that means it's only 10 weeks till Easter. Oh my goodness, I bet that's going to fly by. So, as always, here to do some very gentle yoga, a little bit of mindfulness, breathing exercises, and relaxation. So I'm doing these sessions just because I want to give something to those parents who are home doing their home learning, homeschooling with their children. So just a little break to bring a bit of peace, a bit of calm into our day. Something that I know I welcome myself, because I do, I kind of practice a bit of this with my kids as well, because let's face it, I'm sure we're all finding it quite hard at the moment, kind of trying to work, trying to parent, trying to do the home learning as well. So I want you to know you're not alone if you are finding it a bit of a challenge. So really gentle yoga, and there's a lot of consistency in what I'm doing, simply because the more we practice something, obviously we're going to get better at it, we're more likely to remember it, and we're possibly likely to make it a habit. And that's kind of my aim for this, I guess, that children develop a love of practicing this mindfulness, this stillness, this calm, and a little bit of yoga, a little bit of really gentle stretching. So the yoga I'm doing is incredibly gentle. There's loads of stuff out there online if you want to take it more kind of, if you want to have a, I don't know, just learn a bit more about yoga. Their Cosmic Kids Yoga I massively recommend. I'm actually trained in Cosmic Kids Yoga as well, so that's something I'll bring to my live classes when I can see the people I'm working with. It's quite tricky doing it as a Facebook Live because that's why I want to keep it low and very easy, because I can't see my audience, I can't see those who are joining and those who are taking part, so I need to keep it simple. Today the relaxation is hot chocolate. I've just had a hot chocolate. I have a hot chocolate in my coffee, so make a little mocha, which is really nice. So one thing I just wanted to say was these sessions are aimed, for children, but all ages will benefit. They really will. Adults will benefit as well. And I guess when I'm talking on my sessions, I'm probably aiming it more at adults, simply because parents will hopefully be with their children watching these sessions. So that's why I kind of talk the way I do, in terms of like my audience are parents, and parents will hopefully have their children with them. So if you do have your children with you, big hello to all of you. So we're going to get started. So just starting with some very gentle yoga. Yoga is amazing. I think I've practiced yoga for a long time now. It's important, it helps us stay flexible, but also it starts to help us have an awareness of how we're feeling, and I think that's really important. Some feelings can be a bit tricky, but it's good to be able to check in with ourselves from time to time. And yoga is something that I've personally come back to throughout my adult life. And it's just a lovely gentle practice, and the beauty of it's non-competitive. So it's a very personal practice. So when we're doing any of the postures, if any feel tricky, it's not a problem. We just kind of adapt it to make it work for us. And sometimes we'll see progression. We will see a massive progression if we keep at it. For example, today we're going to do tree pose, and tree pose is a balance. Some weeks we might find we balance perfectly, some weeks we won't, and I think that's all kind of what's going on internally, as well as kind of what's in our what is in our line of vision. But I'll talk you through some adaptations for tree pose, which is the lovely grounding position, and again one that we can see real progress with. So we'll just get started. So just sitting comfortably in chair mountain pose. If you wanted to stand to do this mountain pose, we'd have our feet together and we just have our hands by our side, just relaxing our arms down to our sides before kind of putting a little bit of strength, well, maybe not necessarily strength, but kind of just our arms are stretching down to the floor, so you're kind of feeling our muscles engaged. And then being nice and tall. So I'm sitting on a chair at the moment, so my feet are flat on the floor, sitting up nice and tall, imagining I've got a thread running through my spine, coming out the top of my head, just to encourage that length in my upper body. And that's one thing I think I'll kind of talk a little bit about. Because we are doing a lot of computer work at the moment, we might feel that we're a bit hunched over because we're on our screen and we might be typing, or we might be leaning over our desk writing. Coming back to kind of thinking about our posture every now and then is really important. One thing I'm seeing a lot of, where kind of we're on our phones and all those things, our shoulders are just starting to round. So having that break every now and then just to sit up and just be aware of our posture is really important. So just taking a nice breath as we're sat up nice and tall, popping our hands on our legs, just breathing in and breathing out. If it's comfortable, breathing in and out through your nose, inviting you to do this. If it doesn't feel comfortable, just coming back to your usual breathing at any point. So just breathing in and breathing out. You might want to close your eyes for this, you don't have to, but it's sometimes quite nice just to think about just our breath. When we close our eyes, we're taking out all of those distractions, and then we can start to think about what's happening inside of our body. Where is our breath going? As we're breathing in, are we breathing into our chest? Are we breathing further down into our abdomen, into our stomach? So just breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And then we're going to start with our neck circles. I just think this is such a nice way to start. So we're just going to kind of just draw circles, imagining we've got a pencil on our chin or on our nose, and just draw circles in one direction and circles in the other direction. So just really slowly as we're doing this, we're just warming up this area. Then we're going to pop our hands on our shoulders and we're going to do this exercise. Quite enjoy doing this. I definitely notice that my shoulders are kind of losing that tension. I did a course yesterday thinking about kind of, you know, our shoulders. I was just saying, like, kind of where we're on computers, maybe on tablets, doing our schoolwork, our shoulders are starting to get a bit tense. But if we start to move them in this direction, we're kind of warming up those muscles, getting those muscles moving, and the blood flows through and the toxins release. So just kind of practicing this exercise every now and then is just really good to do. And the circles, so we're doing both directions. And I've definitely noticed since I've started doing this that my muscles are definitely relaxing a lot more. So just going one way and then the other way. We just keep it gentle. And then just lifting our shoulders up to our ears and relaxing. So again, we might just do circles, so up to ears and relaxing. And you can see here where my shoulders are kind of coming up towards my ears. Sometimes we might feel, if we're feeling a bit stressed, we might be holding our shoulders up there. And it's nice to do this exercise so we can start to relax our shoulders. So squeezing to our ears and relaxing, and squeezing and relaxing, squeezing and relaxing. And then we're going to do some side bends. So we're going to reach up to the sky. We might just have a little stretch, imagining we're trying to grab an apple or, I don't know, a conker off of a tree, and we're just stretching up one side, stretching up the other side. Just kind of a little bit of movement, a little bit of flow. We might breathe in as we reach up high, and then breathing out as we're swapping. Just doing what works for you. It needs to be comfortable for you. It's really important that we keep these things comfortable and within what feels right for our body. And then we're going to go over to one side. So magical moon, just leaning over to one side, taking a breath as we're in this position, up to centre and then over to the other side. And then one more time up and arms down. And what we're going to do now is, with our hands on our knees, we're just going to draw circles. So we're going to draw circles. So keeping our shoulders kind of relaxed, straight back, so we're feeling our posture is good. And we're going to draw circles kind of with our, I guess, with our body. So if our whole body was a pencil, we're just going to draw circles, just warming up our lower back, our hips, just drawing circles, kind of just really feeling that motion, that movement. So circling in one direction and then circling in the other direction. So just really gentle circles, just warming up this area. and then coming back. And then the yoga position we're going to do today is tree pose. So this is quite a fun one to practice. So we're going to stand up for this. You probably won't be able to see much of what I'm doing, but I'm going to push my chair to the side. So we've got the chair that we can hold on to. So it's really important for this one. If you haven't tried a balance before, just being mindful that you might not balance perfectly to start with. We don't want to hurt ourselves. So either have a wall close by or holding onto the chair. So I start tree with my weight in one leg, and then my foot on my other leg is on tiptoes. So I'm on my tiptoes to start with. I bring my hands to my heart centre. Pushing through the palms can help us with our balance. So if I feel strong, so I'm balancing on my right leg and my left toe is on the floor on tiptoes. If I'm feeling strong and balanced, I'm going to pick my foot up and put it on my calf area. I might put my hand on my chair or my hand on the wall if I'm close to the wall. Just having my other hand at kind of half heart centre. So just balancing if that feels right, holding onto the chair. We might feel brave and want to just give it our all and try and see how we get on. And just popping that toe down if we start to wobble a bit. We kind of want to be as still as we can when we see trees outside that are standing strong and they're kind of just standing strong. You might see the branches moving, but the trunk is going to be nice and still. And then swapping legs, so the weight goes into my left leg now and my right toe is on the floor, my hand's at my heart centre. And then when I'm feeling strong and I'm coming to balance, I'm either going to hold onto the chair or hold onto the wall as I lift my foot up to my calf. And we can have a little bit of fun with tree. So if we keep our toe on the floor, we might have our hands at our heart centre, keeping that toe to keep our stability. And we might grow our tree. And that's quite a nice thing to practice on both sides. So when we do tree, we would do both sides. We can do tree lying down as well. So if you're lying down on the floor, you would have your legs straight and then you just bring one leg up and pop your foot on your calf area. It's really important with tree to avoid the knee area because knees being joints can be pushed. If we're wobbling, we don't want to hurt ourselves. So it's really important that we take care when we're doing tree pose. I think I've got a tree in my little book here. Yeah, so tree, it's lovely, it's just a lovely balance. So you can see we do it on both sides, bringing our hands to our heart centre and holding on to something to start with as we practice this, I think is really important. And then as our balance comes, we can start to think about, just letting go of the wall or letting go of the chair just to see how we feel. Okay, so we're going to go into like a forward fold now. So if you're sat in a chair, you might kind of lean down, pop your arms on your knees and just curl up and just have a break for a moment. Just have a little rest, take a couple of breaths. Okay, so we're going to move on to mindful exercises. I'm going to teach you a grounding exercise. We've done the rainbow one. I can't remember if we've done the grounding exercise using our senses. And all we're going to do is start off by noticing something that we can see. So just taking a look around your space and just identifying something. It could be anything. It might be, I don't know, if I look around my room, I've got television, I've got curtains, the door, my computer, or it might just be like a mark. You might notice a little mark on the wall or a speck of fluff on the floor. So something you can see and then something you can touch. And that might be something close to you, or it might be something on you. So I might touch my necklace, my watch, my hair, my t-shirt. And something you can hear, so just noticing a sound that you can hear around you. Something you can smell, and this is probably one of the trickiest ones, unless you're kind of in the kitchen or you have flowers close by or some incense or something like that. But if there's nothing noticeable, think about a smell that you like. What is your favourite smell? And then finally, something you can taste. And if you haven't eaten or had a drink recently, you might just think about what the inside of your mouth tastes like. That might feel a bit strange, but it's something, again, it's just noticing how we are inside. Then moving on to the breathing. So a couple of breathing exercises. I'm going to do triangle breathing. which we've done before, for those of you who've joined before. So triangle breathing, we're just going to draw a triangle on our hands, and as we're doing our triangle, we're going to breathe in on one side. So we're breathing in as we go up, we're holding our breath for 1 second as we go down, and breathing out as we finish that triangle. So just drawing the triangle on your hand. So breathing in, holding, and breathing out. So we're breathing in, holding our breath just for a very short time, and breathing out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. So again, that's a nice distraction exercise. It might feel a bit tickly. It does on my hands anyway. It feels a bit tickly. So you might draw it on the back of your hand, or you could even draw a triangle with a pencil. And then we're going to do infinity breathing. So the symbol for infinity is very similar to number 8, except it's on its side. So infinity looks like number 8 on its side. So if we were drawing infinity on our hand, we would be breathing in as we do a loop and breathing out as we do a loop. If it feels more comfortable to do it as number 8, that's fine to do it that way as well. So we're breathing in as we do a loop and breathing out as we do a loop. So again, it's just another breathing exercise, teaching. I don't want to teach too many different breathing exercises, so I will revisit some of them. Just because I said at the beginning, it's good to be able to kind of practice, because that's what's going to build our confidence. That's what's going to help us in those tricky moments. So now we've got the relaxation. So the story I'm reading is Hot Chocolate. And I'm probably going to have to go and get a hot chocolate once I've read the story. So just making yourself comfortable as always. Whether you're sitting, whether you're lying down, whatever works for you. Closing your eyes, or maybe just softening your gaze. So not looking at anything too intently, so not really focusing on something. Just kind of, you might just half close your eyes if you don't want to fully close them, and that's absolutely fine. And just allowing your body and your mind to relax. Breathing in and breathing out slowly. Breathing in and breathing out slowly and steadily. Just letting yourself relax for a few minutes as you listen to the relaxation story. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And you relaxing, feeling calm, feeling still. I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting in your living room with your family. You're lovely and warm and cosy, snuggled up on the sofa with a soft fluffy blanket. It's raining outside and you can hear the pitter-patter of the rain against the window pane. It sounds like horses running across a field. In your mind you can see each raindrop trickling down the window, making its own miniature stream. You find yourself watching one of these streams as it slowly makes its way down the window, winding and twisting as it gradually glides towards the window ledge. You are so glad to be in the safety of your home on a night like this, warm and safe. On the table next to you is a delicious hot chocolate. It looks lovely. It looks so good you can almost taste it before you've even picked it up. You pick up the mug. It feels wonderfully warm on your hands. Such a lovely feeling. Take in a deep breath and smell the most delicious sweet aroma. Your taste buds start to tingle as you imagine taking a drink of this delightful treat. Just savour the moment for a minute. The anticipation of something good to come is such a good feeling. Next, you start to taste the chocolate. It's so sweet and it tastes amazing. You're really enjoying the hot chocolate. Finally, again you sip the melted chocolate. The taste is amazing. You can feel the warm liquid gliding down your throat to your stomach, warming you up from the inside, making you feel all warm and fuzzy like your own personal radiator. Everything feels perfect right now. The rain still pounding on the window, but you're snuggled up inside, your tummy and heart full and happy as you sit here with the people who love you and make you feel safe. You know that you are loved and safe. Just continue to enjoy this relaxed, happy feeling, knowing that you are safe and loved. And bring it back with you as you slowly begin to stir. And gently just moving your fingers and toes, your arms and your legs, having a little stretch before opening your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that. And as I was reading that story, it made me think that's a lovely mindful exercise actually. So if it is raining outside, just going over to the window and just noticing the raindrops as they fall and the little streams that might go down the window, and just spending a moment just concentrating on that. I think it's such a lovely way to bring a bit of mindfulness into our day. Not that I want to wish it to rain because it's quite nice out there today. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that session today. And yeah, if you watch on replay, it would be good to have a hashtag replay. And I'll be back again Tuesday at 10:30. So enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.